Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This has been something on my radar for a while, and to be honest with you, I actually defended Fun Plus or King's Group or whatever they want to call themselves these days. And I think I'm going to retract that because, well, yeah, who knows if they're to blame or not. But I'll give you the information that I do have. And you probably have this information already, but have they been blasted over it? Yeah, a little bit. But I think they deserve to get blasted over a whole lot more. So here we go. Now you might be wondering what this is an image of. Well, if you've seen a fake ad for King of Avalon, you might recognize this. King of Avalon has fake ads. So the gameplay that they typically show in their ads has, well, basically nothing to do with the game at all. And they do the same thing for Guns of Glory, and they do the same thing for basically all of their games. Because their games suck, they're boring, and there isn't actually any cool action in them. So what do they have to do? Well, they have to go steal stuff from other games and, well, make it their own. So that's just to start this off. And the reason that I'm not going to defend them anymore is because the Unity Ads network that they're using, I think that they're actually posting those ads directly. And the reason that I was defending them in the past is that typically new media marketing or digital marketing or online marketing, what happens is that the company, say, Shit Plus, won't actually do the advertising directly themselves. What they'll do is they'll usually do it through an affiliate, a link share, a commission junction, something like this. Affiliate network, I should say. So a link share and commission junction are two affiliate networks. And then inside those networks are basically affiliates. So it just makes it a lot easier in order to, get your ads to, a very large audience. So what you do is you post them on this network, and then all of the affiliates basically can pick them up and use them. However, nothing stops people from basically putting their own ads and just trying to drive revenue that way. So what happens is you get people doing, unscrupulous things, but they get the click-throughs and they get the downloads and they get the actions and the installs. So the publisher or the advertiser, I should say, sorry, getting things backwards. The advertiser will turn a blind eye because they're getting results. As long as they get the downloads and the clicks and the revenue, it's all good. But in this case, I'm thinking that they're uploading these ads directly. So they're just directly doing this themselves, and there's no actual affiliate to blame. And so there's that. Now, on to other things. So I'm going through some data just for fun. And the reason I'm doing it is because, well, I'm making my own game, and I was kind of curious about what kind of data is available, for other people to basically get, and how things compare and how much money they're making and stuff like this. Just general stuff to do with games in general. And so there's a couple ones. App Annie is pretty popular. I didn't take this from App Annie. App Annie doesn't have any free. There was no free thing that I could actually go and get this data. So this is a different website, and I might put the link to this in the description. I don't know, maybe not. Who cares? But it's some data, and it's from a fairly reliable source. And I'm just going to go over some points here for some games that I don't like. So it's King of Avalon, all of their clone games, Iron Fart, Lame of War, and another game. So anyway, I'm just going to go over some of the data, and it may or may not interest you. You guys can hit dislike right now and exit, or you can just kind of hang with me on this small adventure of curiosity, because I found it curious, and maybe you will too. So 18% of King of Avalon users are from the United States. Interesting. 32% of their revenue is from the United States, King of Avalon. That I found more interesting. And I also thought this little Chinese pie chart thing was quite interesting too, because, they said that you can't actually pay with Google in China, but how is 32% of that revenue coming from that? Is that all iTunes? That's a lot of revenue from iTunes. But you can see, look at all of the users. Most of those are probably bots, though. So this chart over here, it kind of cuts. I didn't do the cropping very well. So the biggest piece there is actually China. So the most amount of users are from China, and the most amount of money is from America. Okay, so here's Iron Fart. So Iron Fart is not doing too well. Yeah, their July downloads, 20,000. Ouch. Revenue, 600K. Ooh, that's not paying the bills. And you can see they were getting some positive reviews. The review breakdown per day is how many reviews they're getting. So green is positive, red is negative. And you can see some of the keywords. And this is Iron Fart for Google. So this is iTunes, 20,000 iTunes downloads. And this is Google. So they're doing a little bit better on Google. They got 80K downloads there and 800K in revenue. So it looks like they made, like 1.4 million. It's probably mostly on Shields, but hey, they made the money somehow. So whatever. Okay, next game, Dino War. 400K downloads, 300K in revenue. Ouch. So yeah, it doesn't look like this is doing too well in terms of revenue. I mean, it could be worse, but I mean, this was 80K downloads and 200K in revenue. 200K in revenue. So they're making like a $500,000 on this. I mean, it's better than a kick in the pants, especially for a game that's basically just a cheap rip-off clone from, two other games that they've ripped off and cloned before. So, I mean, in terms of, just ripping off, you just making a cheap clone and making some money off of it, it's probably a good deal for them. So they made $500,000 on this, and, 500,000 people got suckered into downloading it. So, spoiler, we're always so curious how much money they actually make from King of Avalon. I mean, like, I've always speculated it, and I've tried to extrapolate the numbers as best as I could myself, and, yada, 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 etc. So who knows how accurate this is, okay? Again, data is only as good as, is only as reliable as a source. But it seems that Poop Plus for July has not been really pushing the game too hard because they've only got 100K downloads, but they made $5 million revenue. And remember that 30% of that is from you Americans. And that was iTunes. So here's Google. 400K downloads, 6 million. So the combined total is 11 million, with 33% of that coming from Americans. So it's like 3-point-something million. Pow. And you can see the keywords. I love these keywords. So if we zoom in on the keywords, cheating, cheater, casher, let's see, bully, bot. Yeah. Let's see what was the iTunes Arsblog. Huh, that was kind of an interesting one. Robbing. So the keywords for the iTunes wasn't quite as derogatory. You guys need to help out here. Let's go put some derogatory keywords for King of Avalon. Oh, and here was the more interesting one. Man, I couldn't believe this. So you could see that the reviews per day, that they obviously had little spikes where they were doing some paid reviews there. I mean, normal games have like nice little trends in terms of the reviews, but they need to get more paid reviews. So you see they had little blocks of green columns where they were paying for more reviews. But this was interesting. 8 million in revenue. Pow. 400K downloads. I'll just let you sit on that for a second. 8 million in revenue, 400K downloads on iTunes. 10 million in revenue and 2 million downloads for Google. Pow. So in terms of us trying to bring down King of Avalon, King of Avalon revenue is obviously down. It used to be higher than Guns of Glory. However, I'm telling you, boy, we need to make some negative content for Guns of Glory in order to make sure that all of you people playing Guns of Glory know that these keywords are accurate. Cheat, casher, warning, sue, some of these other things. Those are probably pretty accurate keywords, I would say. So, yeah, I think I need to switch over to Guns of Glory just so I can make videos, just so I can warn people not to play this game because it's from the same company. See? DN Interactive. DN Interactive. Same company. To be avoided. Careful, warning, danger. Okay, now we move on to our next game that I don't like. Final Fantasy 15. So you might say, what on earth? Why you don't like this game? Well, this game is made by the same poopy people that make Game of War, and yeah. So in Google Play, 1 million downloads, 10 million in revenue. Ouch. Unfortunately, when I downloaded this game and I played it for like 2 seconds, it was so super toxic and it was so bad. I didn't even bother playing it 1 second further. It was that bad. So people who are actually getting suckered in because of the Final Fantasy branding, yeah, I can't believe that the people who control the Final Fantasy brand sold their soul to this company. Just is absolute rubbish. Just total rubbish. But look, hand over fist, money, money, money. Pow. Here's the iTunes version, even more. Less downloads, more money. So that's combined 22 million a month off of that. That's all cheddar. That's pure cheese. Whew. Okay, so moving on to another failure, or at least a hopeful failure. We have Z-Day, the most recent clone from Shit Plus or King Group or whatever they want to call themselves. 5K downloads and less than 5K in revenue. Wow. I think if I released a game, it might actually even do better than this. I'm hoping. But like, seriously, guys, that is a pretty lame start. But good. Good riddance to it. So if it dies, good. However, on the Google side of things, they had a whole lot more. It was 1 million downloads and 200K in revenue. So iTunes, they're not doing too good. But over here on Google, yeah. So they're at least getting a start there. They got a foothold. And hopefully we can squish that. We should go download it and, add a bunch of negative reviews and stuff like that in order to just squish the game before it ever gets off the ground. Now, we go on to this. Can't see it, but you can probably guess what it is. Nope, can't guess? Here. Game of War. Ouch. So Game of War, 1 million in revenue, 20K downloads. So obviously that company that makes it, Machine Zone, has switched over to Final Fantasy 15 in terms of trying to get users and revenue. But I must say that they're doing absolutely nothing on the marketing side of things, because 10K downloads, 20K downloads, that is nothing. But bringing in 3 million, that's an easy 3 million. I wouldn't mind that at all. Just something to think about. So that's going to kind of conclude the interesting stuff that I've looked at today. And I looked at some of the games like, Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. And I basically covered the most of the strategy games and the games that are similar in the genre. And they're making tons of money. Oh my God, tons and tons of money. But generally speaking, I really don't have that same level of hatred for that game. So I didn't really feel like including it in my, on my hit list, let's say. So those games, I don't like them. I'm not going to play them. I can't get into them anymore. But they just kind of derive less hatred feelings from me. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. Somehow they achieve some sort of balance that just doesn't strike that, oh my God, I hate you and I wish you would die a fiery death. Anyway, I love you guys, and hopefully you found this video interesting. I apologize I don't have any King of Avalon battle content for today. Everybody's shielded, hiding, and the game is boring and stupid. I don't recommend it. Please don't play it. And pretty please don't play any of these games that I've featured today, because most of these games are really, really bad, and they've been featured on my poop list for a reason. So despite that they make money, hopefully they die a fiery death. Anyway, okay, again, love you guys, and have a great day. Bye-bye for now.